Hello everyone, welcome to another Transformers toy review. Today we're taking a look at the Golden Disc Collection, Autobot Puffer and Autobot Road Rage. This is from the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron kind of trilogy line. And from this War for Cybertron, although it's kind of the three kind of lines and Kingdom being the last of it, it seems to be lots of kind of offshoots, and this Golden Disc Collection is one of those, which is kind of linked in with Beast Wars, which I've kind of gone into a little bit in the Jackpot review as well. So with this one, it's actually a 2-pack. So obviously you've got Puffer and Road Rage. Now the story behind this, according to Hasbro Pulse anyway, is this Golden Disc is obviously cause a whole load of problems and cause this kind of quantum time surge, which is kind of taking people from different kind of time zones or different dimensions, if you like, and pulling them all into one place, potentially prehistoric Earth. So it's pulled through both Huffer and Pipes, and what it's done is it's actually merged the two together, so that they've then become one person, which you'll see later on during the review. And also Gobot, they've called him Gobot Road Ranger. Now, this Road Ranger figure, I think there was a Gobot character called Road Ranger, but it doesn't share this deco. However, there was an eHobby exclusive, which was basically a repaint of Huffer, which was done in these colours, which I believe is Road Ranger as well. So that's where this kind of deco, I believe, comes from. Anyway, that was just from a quick Google search anyway. And as mentioned before, there's no kind of plastic in this, so even the inserts and everything else, it's all cardboard. If you hear the little groan there, my dog making lots of noises after being out for a long walk. So you've got the Golden Disc on here, bit of space, that's all you get really. So nothing much to speak of on here. And then you come around to the back here. This is where you get the pictures here. So you get Puffer here. And as you can see, he's kind of like an amalgamation of Huffer and Pipes. So interesting enough, they've got this guy's come actually before we get Pipes. So I do have Huffer, which I haven't reviewed, but I haven't got Pipes. So I will take a look and bring kind of Huffer in just to, do a bit of comparison here. But this guy, Road Ranger, is pretty much a straight up repaint of Huffer. So we'll take a look at that as well. I'll do the transformation as well. I'll probably just do it once and then repeat it because it's the same transformation. So you won't need to see that over and over again. And then we're going to bring in the figures. So I'm just going to move that off to the side here for the time being. And then bring in Road Ranger here. And then old Puffer here as well. So they look pretty good here. And then also as well, if I bring in another figure here as well, we've got Huffer, the original. So you kind of see where they all look a little bit different. So they all do have different head sculpts and bits going on here. Mostly this guy is a straight up repaint of Huffer. Obviously you get the difference with the head there as well. Obviously with this bit here, that's just down to how you move this a bit around. So you can twist it around and have it up here, or you can move it around however you want to do it. So that's just, you can do that. It's not an issue. The guns are different on Puffer, and also the sculpting around the chest here as well. And also these guys come with this kind of blaster here, which actually splits in two and becomes part of the vehicle mode, as does this bit here. So there is some differences in terms of the accessories and everything else that you get with them as well. So now I'm just going to move Huffer out of the way, and we'll take a look at Puffer first of all, and then we'll take a look at road rage, and we'll then go into the transformation. Right then, okay, so we've got them both in their robot mode. What I'll do is we'll take a look at Puffer first, and we'll go through the articulation, which is obviously going to be the same for both of them, you would hope anyway. But just to point out, I think I've pointed out the mold differences anyway, but the chest is all different on this one, obviously the head sculpt. The arms also as well are a little bit different. If I move this gun out of the way here, you can see the differences. Even the hands are sculpted differently. This got kind of extra bit in here as well. I did also notice the wheels are different as well. I think all the other bits like their legs and everything else like that, this sort of groin section is different. But other than that, yeah, it should be more or less the same. But anyway, yeah, so this guy's got 2 blasters here. So in the instructions it shows you with them kind of pegged on the side here, but I guess he can have them in different places, so you can kind of pop them up here if you want to. This bit is actually due to transformation, but it's kind of coming out a little bit. So you could actually kind of have him like that if you wanted to. Give him a bit of a different look. And what I mentioned about this kind of cab section is it actually turns around. So you can actually have him however you want. So you can do it that way. Or, I mean, you can actually have it a little bit up like that if you want to. Or you can just kind of have it turned around. Which I think it was like this. So it sort of comes back. Yeah, so on the everything else, it kind of got it, so it's kind of, is it back like that? It's on like a thing here, so just finding the right way to put it back. So I think it was like that, but let's have a look. Was it like that? Trying to get it right now, but it wasn't quite like that, wasn't it? I think it was the one up like that. Can't quite get it how I had it before, but I think that's how I had it. That does look a little bit higher than it was. Doesn't it? So like that is kind of the huffer way. And like that, I think, is the other way, I think. Anyway, you've got lots of different, this guy doesn't come with blast effects, but you can attach all the different blast effects here. So you can pop those in there if you like, or if you want to have them in his hands and do a bit of a shooty bang bang, you can do. So you can hold them in his hands and you can do that if you want some proper sort of gun action. You can do that. In terms of articulation, he's pretty good actually. So the head doesn't really look up, but it can look down, swivel all the way around, not much side to side. This is all white plastic, but the face is painted red and kind of looking off white, almost grey for the faceplate here. The head sculpt is pretty good. These bits kind of come out a little bit on this one, more so than on the Huffer mould, it seems. The arms come up here and they rotate around all the way. You get rotation here and the arm bends up to there as well, and the hand kind of moves in and out to do with transformation. This and this bit are painted silver, which is done very nice, and you get a little Autobot symbol on the front there, and you get your rotation in here, which is kind of dependent by the backpack a little bit. but like as I mentioned, you can kind of move that around, and that's the kind of view from the back. And when we come around to look at the vehicle mode, you can see there's lots of paint details and things like that, which is good. Yeah, so that bit does come out a little bit on mine. The foot goes up to there, leg even, all the way back to there, and out to the side to there. A pretty deep bend in the knee there as well, which you get, and this kind of rocker on the foot, which goes all the way back to there, so you get plenty. And then the foot itself doesn't move forward and back, but you do get this piece here, which offers like an extra bit of stability if you wish to, and it's another piece that you can kind of plug those kind of weaponizers and things into. So you've got that. I think my preferred look for him is with these bits in here. So I mean, he's supposed to be a mix of Huffer and Pipes. I mean, to me he just looks like Pipes, really, just like an updated different version of him, but it's quite cool. You know, it's good that we get two in this one. You don't get any blast effects in this pack, that's the only thing just to be aware of. And I'll take you through to transformation. So take off these bits here, turn the head around, I think, like that. You're going to pull these bits out here, like that. This bit is going to come out. I think it turns around like this. These wheels will come out and fold out like so, and then these will turn up like that. And there's a little, I don't know if you can see, there's a little peg in here which they will peg onto the side of. And then I think you turn these around so the fists will fold inwards like that. So you just have to kind of rotate these around like that. Peg into the side here, rotate around like that. No, I had it right the first time round, like that. So, and then when this bit comes back, it'll peg into the side of here as well. So it kind of plugs in two places. So that will peg into there like so, and like that. Is that in? Yes, I think that's in. Doesn't look quite straight, but I think that's it on that side. And then fairly simple on this side. These peg together like this, and you're gonna peg this in like so. And then basically there's a couple of little notches here, and they'll go into the back of here, and you should feel it kind of click in like that, and that is him more or less. I'm not sure if I've got it quite straight because it looks a little bit kind of wonky down here. It's quite a big kind of gap in there. But that is how he's supposed to look. Well, not with gaps, but if you know what I mean. But that is the correct transformation. So, and you might need to sort of mess around with him just to get him just right. But everything is kind of pegged in properly. And then you get hold of these bits here and peg them on the back. Like so. And then you've got your puffer. And you can peg the guns on either place. So you can peg them down here and down here if you want to. As mentioned, there's some nice silver detailing on the front here. This is almost like a gunmetal grey. Black paint on the top here. All the wheels are painted, and even little headlights on the back here as well. So it's nice, and he rolls nice as well. So he rolls all right. And if I'm going to bring in Huffer alongside, you can kind of see some of the kind of mould differences. This one's got these pieces in here, which fit around either side. But the front and everything That's all the kind of same moulding. It's just kind of the hands and the wheels that look a little bit different. So that's that. And then I'll just quickly show you this guy. So it should be relatively quick. The difference is with this one here, he's got this silver gun, which is painted, which splits in two for transformation. So the gun itself is pretty good. You just want to get your fingers in here just to separate it like that. Put that off to one side. He gets a shield here as well, which you can peg on his arm like that. You can also peg it on the back, as with the weapons and things like that. So if you want him to hold it, you can just pop it on the back there if you want to. It's not a great connection, but it will still hold. Yeah, and you get some nice paint on this guy as well. You get the red paint in here, Autobot symbol, which is a little bit bigger in here. Silver down here for the crotch. Silver again on the arms. The face is painted in two places, so you get the darker orange for the mouth plate and the red eyes, which is excellent. And I really do like the head sculpt on this one. I guess it looks a bit more like the toy, if that makes sense, and the Huffer, yeah, the Huffer toy that we've got here looks a bit more like the animation version. And again, you've got all the same kind of paint details, even like the little wing mirrors and stuff are painted. All of the articulation on this guy is exactly the same. It does help the waist articulation having this bit up here, so that's just something to be aware of. And obviously the sort of moulding is a little bit different on this guy. But in terms of transformation, it's exactly the same. So, and you can see on this one, it's a little bit stiffer. So, like that. Pull these out, rotate this around, like so. And then that's going to kind of come back into here. These, I've got it around the wrong way, but rotate it around so they face upwards. Like so. Like that. Yeah, so you just straighten the arms into here, and the same sort of thing where they just peg in underneath, like so, there, and there underneath. And then they're gonna, again, as you just bring this bit down, just peg into those spaces there and there. And nice and simple. Again, it's quite a nice little transformation, really, nothing too complicated. These bits will come over here, and this bit here will come over and peg into there. I guess these bits should also then peg into there. So you just have to put a bit of pressure down into it. Yeah, into there like that. And then that's him rolling fine. And it's quite neat, the colours on it. As I mentioned, you do get a bit of a kind of gap around here. You don't really notice it when it's like that, but if it's dead on like that, you do see there is a bit of movement around it. And then these bits here, this is where the transformation is different, is they will peg onto the side. So basically what you do is you get this piece here and peg it on the back. Like that. And then you've got these little side pieces here, and you just line it up with that. So it does give it a little bit of a different look, like so. Line it up on this side as well, like that. And then you got them, the two of them side by side, like that. Yeah, so they've got a different look to them. You can peg different weapons on the side here and on here if you wish to, and as I mentioned, you can use the blast effects for the weapons. I think it probably works a little bit better on Puffer. You could have these at the back. I know they don't match, but you could have them on the back, because if he's being jet propelled along. And then just to complete the look, if I bring in Huffer in there as well, see you've got them, all three of them side by side, and you know, I think they do all look fairly different. And I guess in, you know, like for me, like if I've got a few ones that got the same mold, I don't necessarily have them all together in the same mode. So like I might have Huffer in robot mode, this guy in vehicle mode, you know, like swap it around a little bit. So yeah, but they're all pretty good. And then if I also bring in Jackpot here as well, so he's the other figures so far in this collection. They all look pretty nice together there. There you go. Yeah, you know, I would recommend these figures. They're all decent, good molds. They've made them look a little bit different. I do like the fact that this one is kind of like a nod, a bit like the Transformers Collectors Club, to something like a re-release, or like Diaclone, E-Hobby, all that type of thing. And they've tried to do something a little bit different with Pipes and Huffer, with this kind of merged new figure, which is neat. Would have been extra cool if they come with some blast effects, but understand why they didn't. Build is pretty good across both of these. Loads of paint apps and things like that. Nice and quick and simple to transform as well. Yeah, well worth picking up in my opinion. That's it for now, guys. As always, thanks for watching if you have been, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.